Hello there, how you doing? Wee Paddy from across the shock, and I'm happy to be bringing you a video this morning on a high-end knife. I do an awful lot of budget to medium range knife, so it's not very often that I get a chance to do high-end. I have one high-end knife which I love. I'm not saying that out of there's not a pity me party. It's just what I have. I have one really good high-end knife, but I've got the chance. Eric from Slick Slicers, myself, him, and UK Friendly Knives, we're doing a bit of a pass around. We're starting our own pass around group. And this is one that Eric had sent to UK Knives, UK Friendly Knives, and then on to me to have a review at. And I am over the moon because it is a beautiful knife. There's the giveaway. This to me would be, it's £330. Amazing. The quality that you're going to see here is amazing. So, and you would expect that for that price. And I'm happy to say that it met expectations. There we go. So, what have we got? Comes in this lovely little pouch. And I'll have to say I'm very jealous of Eric. He does a lovely leather. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I am absolutely rubbish at doing these ties. But I'm going to send him a knife soon and he can do one for me. This is the Impi. And I said it's about £330 for a knife, and it's a slip joint, because both the other two channels, although they have other knives, they're based mostly on slip joints. UK friendly. Look at that burl wood. Isn't that just gorgeous? Stainless steel on the rest of the way. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the back on that. Isn't that so well done? And bear in mind, when you see a slip joint, these are parts that are under pressure, they move. So to get the finish like that is by no means an easy task. There's very few companies that can get, slip joints finished like this. This is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. You can feel nothing. The burl wood, obviously wood moves, and so you can feel a bit in the transitions, but the burl wood is living. This is wood. Look at that lovely, lovely, lovely finish. And there's the name on it, De Villiers, and it's the Impi. There we are. Sorry, I'm throwing this knife about here. So, what size is this? Let's just get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a smidge. Probably, no, I hadn't got that up to the end. So it's 7 inches exactly. Beautiful, 7 inches, and that means there's a cutting edge of about 2.7 of an inch. So that is 75 that's 17.5 centimeters, and the blade length is 7.5 centimeters, and the cutting edge is about 6.5 centimeters. So there you go, there's all your measurements. I have not done any cutting or sliced a bit of paper, that's telling a lie. But when I seen it, first of all, I thought, oh, that looks uncomfortable underneath here. That's not going to sit well in the hand. But then I put it in my hand, and that just fits perfectly. For me, the only thing is a bit narrow here. My finger tends to go right over the top and move a bit. But that's a very, very small thing to say. Let's get that out of the way there. But I just love the look of it. It's a big, fat blade. I should have got me. I haven't got. Oh, I have. Let me just get my calipers down here, and we'll have a wee look at just how good this is. Not how good it is, that's not the right word. What the thickness is here. And it is 0.12 of an inch, or let me just do this. Just over 3 millimeters. So that's a fairly good, it's a substantial blade. Does it come down? It comes down to, it's a flat grind, and it comes down to a fairly thin. This is a good stocky knife. And do you want to know the nicest thing about this knife? It's used. Eric uses his knives. You can see the use on. You can see it round the ferrule here. You can see the use where it's been used. That's gorgeous. When you buy a knife to use, that means more to me than something that's just pulled out of a showcase. Now, if you collect knives, don't get me wrong, that's lovely. But for me, as I use all my knives, that's just lovely to see somebody else who spends that amount of money, not because for any other reason than they want to use it. They want it as a knife to have in a collection, but also to use. That's lovely. Now, I know there's a lot of people have safe queens. Look, that's absolutely fine. I'm not putting that down whatsoever. It's just nice to see a knife used for me. Now, the only thing I've got to compare on this is my hinderer. And there is my hinderer beside that. And it's exactly the same size, exactly the same cutting size, just everything about it. But you'll notice that the difference in this is the materials. Now, this is burl wood, and it's a D2 blade. That was the only thing that sort of... Now, I know a lot of custom makers, don't forget this is handmade, a lot of custom makers do use D2, and there's nothing that I love my D2. But I was quite surprised at that sort of price range that D2 was used. Now, again, this is not a criticism, it's just I was quite surprised. The hinderer there has got much less of materials, as in it's got a plastic handle, because basically that's what it is. It has 20 CV, which will cut no better than D2 whatsoever. It's, to me, it's a higher end maybe steel, but it cuts exactly the same. It's going to cut for as long as I'll ever want to cut with this or that. So that's not. But they look different. This looks like a working blade. This looks like an artist has made it. Now, there's artistry in this, as in the ergonomics and everything that I love. That is that's just beautiful. But this is just artistic. This is where somebody has had the freedom, and only custom makers can do that, to make a knife that they find aesthetically pleasing to their eyes, and they're hoping that you're going to like it. Well, this has obviously been a great success. It is beautiful. Aesthetically pleasing, yes. You have everything. You have long pull, you have swedges, you have a lovely finish on the blade. Absolutely beautiful. You have little nooks and crannies that wouldn't normally be on custom knives because it takes too much time. You can't do individual little bits like this. This I find amazing, because when you look at it, it does look, but when you pull there, you're not going to slip up onto the blade, which I think is lovely. I can just about get all my 4 fingers. I think Eric is maybe a wee bit of a smaller hand than me anyway, but isn't that just lovely? It really is. This is the things that I've been missing, is seeing custom knives up close and personal, because you see them on videos, and yes, they look nice. I've seen this in videos. I'd never seen it in hand before I bought it. And it's until you buy it and you get it in hand that you're hoping. I mean, when I got this, I was just hoping I was going to love it. I really was, because I didn't know whether I would or not, because I was just going on other people's feelings and their thoughts on it. And that's very hard to do, to get somebody who thinks exactly the same as you. But this, when you look at this, it's going to come and it's going to be interesting, because you've chosen this unusual shape. It's unusual shape, it's unusual little aesthetic differences to normal knives. This doesn't at all look like this. They are completely different. Yeah, there's not that much difference in price, but you feel as if this should be twice the price of that. For the amount of detailed work that is in this compared to that, it's just a plastic handle. Now, again, ergonomics, the blade, everything about it. But just to look, this looks like it should be twice the price of that. For the work that has gone into this, to make this unusual, but in a good way. Definitely not in a bad way. Unusual in a good way. I've loved having it. I've loved having a little fiddle with it, a feel with it. The burl wood, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. The nice thing is, I know Eric loves these because he has about 4 of them. And I know I love this type because I've only got one. I haven't got any more. But eventually this, My next step up from this is probably something like a Chris Reeve or something is what I want, because I'm into the sort of more normal blade shape. This is just an art piece, an absolutely beautiful art piece, and I feel privileged, and I thank Eric so much for letting me have a look at it. I love it. I love everything about it. So, Eric, thank you very, very much. It's not a long video. I haven't taken it apart. No intention. Don't want to. Just having it in hand and having it for a few days in the house and just sitting having a fiddle with it and just sitting holding it. You could quite easily use this knife as a work knife. I don't think that's what Eric will ever do, but he'll use it for cutting up boxes or just EDC tasks. I'm sure he does. And what a lovely piece to take out. If you're at a function or you're at it's legal in the UK, so you can bring this out anywhere. And you're not going to scare somebody with a blade that is just, listen to that. Listen to that closing. Listen to that closing. That is secure. That is definitely secure. So I shall take my Earl Grubby blue one out of the way. I shall put that knife up there and thank Eric very much. I have another one of his knives to have a look at, which I'm really looking forward to because I've spent a day or so with this one and just enjoying it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful knife. Arty knife. That's what I'm going to call the video, I think. Take care, everybody. Wee Paddy's away. All the best. Bye now. Cup of tea time.